This is going to be a before and after video. I've always discussed how to save XP for the next inning program. This time around, I've done just that. And I'm here to show you how much stubs you can make as well as how many packs you can obtain by practicing these save XP methods. Now, I will warn you that these methods are not for all, as it does take some min-maxing and you might not enjoy playing the game the way I did. But if you have enough time and the players in general coming out of programs aren't necessarily upgrades for your team, then everything I will discuss will be an excellent way for you to prepare yourself for either the 5th inning program or a future inning program. Keep in mind, this is not a foolproof method, although, as SDS at any point can nerf the XP you get from a prior program into the new program. But as I always like to do, I'll take my chances. In this video, we're gonna go into absolute detail in regards to what exactly I did and how I'm going to complete it. But before jumping into the video, please make sure to check out the description where we have a Discord full of members of the community, as well as our Twitch where we stream daily, social medias for you to keep up with us. You're watching this on YouTube, so hit that like button, red subscribe button, notification bell, and let's continue. Like I said, a before and after video. So as you can see, we currently have no packs. I went ahead and put all my stubs into Shohei Ohtani at a price I know he's not going to sell for. So I have 0 stubs, so I can show you all how much stubs I will get from performing this method. Your first step should always be to collect the 3 prior inning bosses. I was able to get both inning bosses from just playing the game, since they had double XP weekend for a pretty long time. This is going to start you off with 30,000 into the following inning program. Inside of Team Affinity, there are 2 versions. There is the My Journey, which gives you 4,500 XP per team at 30,000 Team Affinity points. And similar to My Journey, there is the Color Storm that does the same thing for 30,000 Team Affinity points when you also add the 15,000 Team Affinity points reward. It is 4,500 XP per 30,000 Team Affinity points per team. Now, unfortunately, as you have to do other offline modes in order to get it set up to save XP, you will end up completing some of these teams a lot further than you'd like to, but for the majority of them, you should have roughly 3,000 experience to spare per team. We are going to have 90,000 experience just from the teams we were able to spare on Color Storm Team Affinity. The theme programs also give a ton of experience. And like I said, the way I went about this was, if the players within the program weren't an immediate upgrade to my squad, which you might say some of the Color Storm players are, and I would agree with you, but to me, I wasn't really focused on playing ranked, instead Battle Royale, so I didn't need to get any of those upgrades. But if they are not immediate upgrades, then you can go ahead and naturally complete the program by playing with your squad and then see where it takes you in terms of the progress. Now, most of these programs, I was able to hit the halfway point by just completing stat missions and PXP missions unintentionally, and that was able to save me a ton of stubs, a ton of packs, and a ton of experience. In total, from the theme programs, we have ourselves 85,000 experience to spare. From the player programs, which are the Cornerstone Evolutions, we did the exact same thing, and per Cornerstone Evolution of the 3rd inning program, we were able to save ourselves 8,000 experience. Now keep in mind, there will be 3 more Cornerstone Evolution cards coming with the new inning program. So from these 3, I am getting 24,000. And if I decide to do the next 3, that's going to be an additional 30,000. The Spotlight program is no different. Doing the exact same method, not even completing the final April Spotlight, meaning I still don't have that Lightning Corbin Carroll. I was able to save in total 55,000 experience. Although I did not do this method, you can't forget about it, and this is a method that I will probably save for when there are 99 overalls inside of the inning program. But March to October, if you have a bunch of saved files at the All-Star point or whatever point is going to start giving you program stars, then that is a solid way to go ahead and advance in each of those saved files in order to knock out 5,000 experience per 20,000 program stars. Now, the only thing I'll say about this March to October is this is a one-time use. So make sure if you are going to tackle this, you choose it wisely. Inside of mini seasons, what we did was we strategically set up each mini season where we're one win away from getting a good amount of XP. So in the Chris Bryant mini season, 7,000 XP for just winning one mini season game. In the New Year, New Series, we are one win away from getting 5,000 experience. And then the lefty long ball, I tackled a little differently here. What I did was I made sure to get 19 wins without advancing to the playoffs. And the reason I did this is because I'm going to intentionally lose every single game up until the playoffs. And I'll be locked in to make the playoffs, which is going to be 2 series best of 3. So I need to win 2 games. So me winning 4 games is going to get me up to 23, which will complete this 7,000 goal. By me getting up to 23, I will also make the playoffs, so 9,000 experience in addition, but also be the lefty long ball champions, which is an additional 10,000. So we're looking at roughly 25,000 experience just from completing this specific one and the way we went about it. In regards to conquest, this is what we did. We went ahead and captured every stronghold and every single territory, and we left an open space in each and every individual conquest for when the 4th, or I believe it is the 4th inning program comes to life. All we have to do is capture that open territory, and by capturing that open territory, we will complete the final goal, which usually gives a good amount of XP. And we didn't only do this for these 6 conquest maps. We have this for conquest maps that came out at the initial point of the game site. Now, unfortunately, this is where I say that by just playing the game unintentionally, you are going to complete some of the team affinity programs, some of the theme programs, some of the other programs, and some of the spotlight programs unintentionally. By playing these stronghold games, some of the guys are going to be outfielders, etc., belong to certain teams for PXP missions and more, and that's going to make you progress in terms of the programs. I would say try your best not to complete the programs up to the good amount of chunks of XP, but if there's no way you can go around it, then it is what it is. Work with what you've got. The last one might be the easiest one for you all when it comes to saving XP. Multiplayer 3 program. A lot of people don't like playing online, so they play offline a majority of the time. But let me tell you this, events are probably one of the best ways to go ahead and work on any multiplayer program. You won't hear it from me, but in events, a lot of people, all they do is want to get stats, and they will literally throw games in order to get those stats. So who knows, maybe there's a business transaction that could go on through messages, I don't know, and you could go ahead and do it that way. But inside of the multiplayer program, there are a good amount of chunks of XP. So in total, I'll be getting 55,000 experience from this multiplayer program, and because I did not complete it fully, I will also be getting the 50 bundle, which includes a chase pack to get that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. that came out for that brand new program. SDS at any point can nerf the amount of XP you get into a following program from previous forms of content. If they do that, then you have to just take it on the chin like I will. But this would be a great method to do in following inning programs if you weren't able to do it this inning program, especially programs that start featuring 99s, as those cards will probably go for the max sell now, buy now value. And if you're one of the first ones to get your hands on it, then that is going to be a ton of stubs that might allow you to buy Shohei Ohtani and complete the collection, or buy whatever players you feel like using. So after 8 hours, we were able to obtain 400,000 XP, which netted us both boss choice packs. We sold our first Derek Jeter for around 290K. You guys will see that right here. And then we sold our second one for 182,222. Take away the tax cut for each, and we made roughly 450,000 stubs on just saving XP and waiting until that 4th inning or following inning program came in. Now I will say I wasn't one of the first ones to get Derek Jeter. but I was one of the ones that sold him for the highest at 290,000. The way I did it was I simply saw there were people actively undercutting each other, so I went ahead and waited until they're sold because they dropped the price down to like 200k, and then relisted mine for 300,000. Someone undercut me to 295,000, and then I just undercut them to 290,000, and that's how the first one sold. Now I could have gotten the second one a whole lot quicker and could have been able to sell it for a whole lot more, and I'll explain it further. But before, look at all these packs that I was able to obtain from getting 400,000 XP and completing the programs. And to make matters even worse for me and better for the following inning program I do this with is 1. If you look into the assorted programs, 1, I did not complete the cornerstone evolutions for the following 3, so I saved myself 30,000 experience. I did not complete the Mace Spotlight drop 5, so ideally I'm saving around 25,000 experience there as well. And then if you go into the multiplayer modes, you go into events and you go into the multiplayer program, I didn't even get to touch multiplayer, so unfortunately I can't save this for the next inning, although I wish I could. I still have around 55,000 XP that I had in store, and the reason why I had this in particular was because I thought that it wasn't going to end so early for us to get the wheel spin, but it would have been a little bit later on. So we did exceptionally well, but that's not all. If you go to the Reds, right, and you go to see who discovered that Adam Dunn card, it was us. Blade Mist. I was able to discover this card. Now there are ways I could have done this a lot more efficiently. The first one is the Spotlight programs. Now the Spotlight programs only give you 5,000 experience at the 40 program stars, and that is relatively the same for each Spotlight program. So I could have made this from an 8-hour grind to honestly probably half, meaning a 4-hour, 5-hour grind, if I would have perfectly prepared myself to be at the 35 program star point with only having moments left to do, and then I could have easily just knocked out the moments to get 5,000 XP per each one of those spotlights. I'm probably gonna do something similar to that for this one, where I station myself at 85 program stars and I don't go ahead and complete the 90 or the 100 program stars. And to make everything even more interesting is if you go throughout my team affinity, you will see that I still have a bunch of the Color Storm teams available to get the 3,000/4,500 XP total to be added towards my XP, which I most likely won't be completing this inning program either. And then the final thing that would have made this entire process a whole lot easier is if I wasn't so stubborn. So everybody should have Stadium Creator. How do you get to the Stadium Creator? You go to the home of MLB The Show, not Diamond Dynasty, and then next to the settings you will see a paintbrush. Click on Create, click on Stadium Creator, and once you are there, you are going to go up towards where it says the most popular in regards to stadium. Once there, you will see this called Costco Headquarters Park. Just press more options. You're going to save this as a file. Now, once you save it as a file, you don't want to back out and head into Diamond Dynasty because you might get the same error I did where it said this stadium hasn't been uploaded. So instead, you go into your saved stadiums, or you go into my stadiums, and then once you have that stadium there, what you're going to do is you're going to press square once again, or whatever the button is. It's not appearing for me right now, but you're going to press square and it should give you the option to upload the stadium, and then that's what you're going to do. You're going to upload that stadium, and then you will be able to use it in Diamond Dynasty versus the CPU, play at home versus a team like the White Sox, and any extra base hit, home runs, whatever the hitting stat mission is for you to do, or even PXP mission is for you to do, you're gonna knock it out of the park easily. As you can see, you go to my stadiums, you press upload, and that's how you fix it so you can use it on Play vs CPU. With that being said, this grind wouldn't have been easy or as easy if MLB The Show didn't go ahead and give us double PXP again, which helps a ton when it comes to completing programs, and double XP again, which I was not expecting. That way I thought I was going to be able to sell Jeter for a lot more, but they blessed us with it, and it made it a whole lot easier. He didn't sell for as much as I thought originally, but you can't be mad at making 450K in terms of stubs. Not only that, but having over, I'd say, probably 100K worth of stubs and all of these packs remaining inside of your damn show shop. So strategize, prepare, and I'll always give you guys that little, I guess, advice on how to save XP for the following inning. In order to do something like this, I'm being honest with y'all, I am most likely not doing this again for the 5th inning, because those are most likely going to be 97s, 98s. But when the 6th inning comes around and I know 99s are finally going to be inside the inning program, you bet your ass I will be back to doing this grind the most efficient way possible. That way I can not only get one boss choice pack, but both boss choice packs like this. Honestly speaking, with the multiplayer program, I'm probably gonna spin this twice just off of the multiplayer program XP I still have to use, and then since it's still double XP, I'm gonna be playing the weekend classic, and I'll probably knock out some team affinities and what other programs without even trying to intentionally. I'll probably get a ton. I'll probably end up spinning this wheel 26 times with 26 days left. If you did end up enjoying today's content, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. Check out the description for the Discord, Twitch, social media links, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.